they do a lot of Facebook live streams. So I was thinking about that, but I was like, nah, like.
Yeah, Facebook's pretty underrated, right? There's a lot of eyeballs on Facebook.
No, fuck Facebook.
Why?
Fuck Facebook. Fuck you, Mark Zuckerberg. Have to have a signal. Yo, it's your boy Sanyo. Sanyo Music. Was it Lowkey MTL? What's going on, everybody? My name's Sanyo, and you're watching Lowkey MTL.
Where's Sanyo from?
I actually, funny story behind that. I didn't know how to pronounce my name as a child growing up. I would always say Nasanyo because I couldn't pronounce it, and that just somehow converted it into Sanyo, and then my whole family just called me it from a very young age. It's still like my nickname amongst the family to this day. So when I was trying to come up with a DJ name, it was like the first name that came to my mind right away. I was like, what kind of DJ producer name should I have? Sanyo. Right away, I was like, nah, that works.
So like Sanyo is in like, were you relating it to the old like, was it Japanese brand?
Nah.
Or was it just the word Sanyo?
No, it was just because it had nothing to do with that. And then I realized afterwards, I was like, oh yeah, that's true. There's a company that makes TVs and microwaves and shit named exactly. Sanyo. But no, it has nothing to do with them. My whole philosophy is that I'm gonna know that I've made it as an artist once that company sends me a cease and desist warning. That's when I know. When they're like, yo, bro, you gotta change your name.
Do they even fucking exist though? Like, I don't even think they exist anymore.
I don't know, bro. I have no clue. I don't know. No.
What got you into music though, in general? Did you always DJ, or was that just something you recently got into?
Yo, funny enough, I actually tried to DJ when I was younger. When I was probably around 14 years old. I got like a little Newmark deck, and I gave up on that shit so quick. I was very much like that.
But what like motivated you to like buy that first Newmark? Why did you want to get that?
Yo, I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. I bought it with my own money. I remember I bought it with my own money that I had at the time. I was like, yeah, I want to learn how to DJ. And then I was like, man, this shit's hard. Fuck that. And then I sold it like a year later.
Yeah.
And then like a year later or 2 years later, I picked it back up. So, yeah.
And when you picked it back up, was there something that got you to do that, or you just randomly got that interest again?
Well, my mindset towards the whole idea changed, right? I went from being somebody that would like have a passion about something and then give up on it very quickly to someone that said, okay, when I have a passion for something, I'm gonna stick it out as long as I possibly can. So by the second time it came around, I was actually into producing first. I was making beats and stuff for a good year and a half. And I was like, you know, like if you understand how music works and the structure behind music, mixing shouldn't be all that hard. So then I bought my first deck a year after I bought my first audio workstation, and then I started DJing from there.
You started DJing from there, and then you learned it all yourself in the beginning, I guess?
Pretty much everything was self-taught. Everything up until now has been self-taught.
Yeah?
Yeah. I
like that you said that, because like, I feel the same way with like just the discipline aspect of anything, because I'm like that too. I would get interested in a bunch of different things, and then I don't last that long. I just want to like you don't learn it, but like the reality is you got to put those 10,000 hours in, you know. Like
yeah, man,
And you just got to sit down and force yourself. Like editing, I just sit down and just force myself, and that within the last year that got me so far.
Yeah.
For sure. And so like what was your first big gig in Montreal? And like, how do you find like the Montreal music scene? Is there a huge DJ scene here? Is there a huge music scene?
I'd say too big. A lot of
the different genres in this scene.
Oh man, I don't know, bro. Every other week it seems like somebody new wants to become an EDM DJ because again, they think it's easy. But most of those people have that old high school mentality I had where it's like, man, it's not going anywhere. I've been at this for 2 months. I'm gonna give up.
Right.
But
and they're not really moving in silence. They're just kind of letting everybody know that they're DJ.
Yeah.
First gig, right?
Yeah. But sorry, what was the original question?
Yeah. So what? How did you? What do you think of like the music scene in Montreal? But before that, I was gonna ask you like your first gig. Like, what was your first?
Oh yeah.
DJ gig where you're like, okay, I could actually do this. You know.
Yeah. So my first big gig was actually at École Privée.
Okay.
On a Thursday night. I spun back to back with my boy Tushar. Shout out Tushi. Yeah, we did a back-to-back set at École. We, made some connections, started talking to some people, and then next thing you knew, we had a gig. And then it's kind of built from there. But with regards to the music scene in Montreal, I feel like is very rigged, and it's something I've come to notice is that they like to choose who they want to be on top, and especially like Quebec.
Who's they
like the higher ups, the people that are in charge of the record labels.
Club owners and stuff, or
no, not the club owners. Like more the
studios, like the record labels.
Yeah, the labels and stuff, and the like CBC and like the big Canadian and even more local Quebec stations and outlets. They choose who they want on top. You know what I'm saying? You have people like Enima, right? I don't know if you know him. He's a French rapper from Montreal. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think there was any other rapper from Quebec that was doing numbers like this guy, English or French.
Right.
But then you're gonna have some guy that, for some reason, the record labels and the management decide that they want to dump a bunch of money into some rapper that's like mids, you know what I'm saying?
Talking like Canada in general or Montreal specifically?
I don't know about the rest of Canada all that well, but I know about like Montreal, specifically Quebec, specifically. But yeah, on that note, you'll have some rapper that, he's got an aesthetic to him, he's got an appeal to him. They're gonna dump a bunch of money into music video budgets, they're gonna dump a bunch of money into promotion, they're gonna dump a bunch of money into getting exposure for this guy. Then they put out the music video and that shit gets like 25,000 views, bro.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Enima drops a video, that shit hits 100, 200,000 views first day. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you think that happened? Is it because of the language barrier?
I think it's just like, I don't know why.
Because if you think about it, Enima's like, he's French, right?
Right.
So wouldn't he only cater to like a French audience mostly?
Yeah.
So wouldn't that technically his views should be less in that case? And like it's crazy how he actually became big.
Yeah.
And like he performs in most of Quebec, I guess. But does he ever?
Well, he's banned from the province,
oh, really?
From the country. It's another story. But
I didn't even know much about him. I just like really found out about him when I was looking through like Montreal artists.
Yeah. But no, that's it, bro. This guy's doing crazy numbers, but he's just one of many examples. There's other people.
Where is he performing? Like France? Like,
yeah, he's I don't know where he's performing and stuff.
That's what I mean. Like, it's not like he's performing in LA.
Nah, that's it. But like from a numbers perspective, you know what I'm saying? He's doing more than all these people that you're seeing on your TV and these people that you're hearing on your radio. But the thing is, the fans don't actually want that. They want this guy instead. Because he actually makes better content, but it's not even about content anymore at this point,
Yes, it was talent. Right?
Yeah. That's it. And K Tronado was nominated for 3 Grammys.
Yeah, that's it.
No Quebec Music Awards, none, 0.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
That's true. Like that's like one of the problems I find, which is like destructive to Quebec. Like I don't know why they have to be that way, because I don't feel like they're winning from it. They're basically just losing from it.
I don't know. It's something. And even in school, we had some guest speakers in some of our class, and they said the same damn thing. They're just like they choose who they want on top, and they choose who gets the airplay and stuff. And it's not even from most of the time. It's not even from a talent perspective.
Right.
But I mean, I feel like the music industry is shifting towards that whole concept as a whole. Like it's just who the most, you know what I'm saying? Who like has the connects, you know what I'm saying? Who's slipping big Gino over there the $5 million checks under the table, you know what I'm saying, to have their artists
money,
on.
Right?
That's it.
Well, there's a lot of artists that like were literally just trapping, and like they had some some black money and stuff, and then they started shooting music videos, and
that's it.
All of a sudden, the record labels started picking them up.
That's
they
it.
had money to do it.
That's with Enima and a lot of those like North Montreal rappers, man. It's all, and they say that in their interviews. They're like, yo, this is money that we made ourselves. How they made the money, I mean, that's up to interpretation. But regardless, that was money that they made and earned. And put into their own craft. They didn't have no government grants. They didn't have no, you know what I'm saying, no government funding, no label funding. Like if they did, nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's very rigged, I find.
Yeah, but with like a whole like YouTube world now, like now everything's like you're at a point now as an artist to like be in charge of having your own audience, right? You're not really depending on a record label anymore. So
that's
in
it.
that sense, like I feel like Montreal and just like artists in general, we finally have that opportunity to like put things out there and just see what happens, you know? And that would I feel like that could completely solve the whole language problem, unless somehow they figure out a way to like tap into YouTube and like control that, you know?
I don't know. Well, that's it. Now with the internet, and that's the thing. Over the last 10 years, there's been a big shift, and now because of the power of the internet, artists have more leeway and more routes they can take to get famous. Like Billie Eilish, for example. You know what I'm saying? Like she made it off SoundCloud. Now this girl's like a A-list celebrity, national hit. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the same trend. Like even like if you want to look at Justin Bieber, like mainstream artists, like YouTube, like he was like the first YouTube artist, right?
Yeah.
You can even look at comedians like Russell Peters.
Yeah.
He was the first comedian that came on YouTube.
True.
And I feel like that's where we're like morphing towards.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, the labels definitely now have much less of a grip than they did before. Before it was like, you wanted your music played anywhere, it was through a label and there was no other way.
Yeah, because you're trying to get on like radio and stuff that doesn't really matter anymore. Right? Do you think radio and shit matters still?
Oh yeah, radio's still. I believe it or not, I thought the same thing, but no, radio's still big.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
Because I mean, it's still around. You know what I'm saying? Like stations that we've been listening to as kids are still there and they're still around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but now with podcasts and like everybody always having data on their phones, right? Like that's something new as well.
For sure. It's definitely nowhere near as popular.
There's still a market for sure because there's still a generation that's alive that COVID didn't get to, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's still listening to the radio. That's what you're going to do, radio ads, you know?
Yeah.
But in reality, I've never listened to something on the radio and like Shazammed it in so long. Like I don't remember the last time I listened to something on 94.7 or 95.9 I Shazammed it.
For real. No, me too, man. I can't remember the last time I listened to the radio, but there's still a market for it. And whether it's an older generation or not, there's still a market for it. Maybe not so much here. Canadian radio is like, it's pretty mids, but like American radio, bro, radio in the States is huge, bro. It's huge.
Yeah, well, we have Sirius if you put like it's membership, right? You gotta
but that's it. So many people like have Sirius. You know, I know some people that have like
Sirius. Yeah, okay. If you were to say Montreal radio is like Sirius, then I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Like Sirius XM, like then I would be okay. Yeah, I would do an ad on like I don't know, some like Diplo has his own like channel, right?
Yeah, I think so. Diplo and Friends or something.
Yeah, exactly. And like the music is good and like there's not too many ads.
Yeah.
But that's the other thing, right? Like how you get so tired of like I'm so like impatient with ads. I have ad blockers on everything.
Yeah.
I've never watched a YouTube ad or anything. And I realized this like the other day when I was at my friend's house and he had like cable TV still.
Yeah.
And like all of a sudden I see this like ad for like Crest toothpaste and then I'm just like it was so fucking bullshit that I couldn't comprehend how like this could convince somebody to buy something, you know? But I don't know how much of it is that and how much of it is just like a subconscious message of like, oh, we're still doing TV ads and like when you go to the store you're gonna have like Colgate in the back of your head.
That's it, man. You'd be surprised. These companies, these huge companies, they spend millions on marketing. You know what I'm saying? They go as far as getting mathematicians to figure this shit out for them. You know what I'm saying? Like to find out what the best return is on investment, like in different aspects of marketing and stuff.
All these algorithms and like.
That's it, man.
It's algorithm based now.
That's it. You might think like, yo, what the hell? Like this stupid ass ad, but like you said, next thing you know, you're in a pharmacy or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And you're just like, damn, I need some toothpaste.
You're in a rush. You're not thinking quick, and you're just like, I just need one of these.
Yeah,
grab it.
That's
and
it.
They're both the same price. You're gonna for sure, yeah. In that sense, yeah, you pick the one that your brain is used to, you know. But yeah, on another note, like for music wise, do you produce?
Yeah, of course.
So like that's your stupid question. But, like,
no, it's okay.
But in general, like when you like you want to be like more of a producer or like do you want to be more of like a DJ? Like what's your like ideal gig in the future? Like something you could do on stage?
Dude, I don't even know, man. I don't even know. I love sound. You know what I'm saying? I love music, and at first it was like, yo, I wanted to be like. You know, the next Martin Garrix, but like, not Martin Garrix, you know what I'm saying? But like a EDM producer that also does live shows. But now I'm just, after having gone to school for audio and stuff, I see how many fields you can go into that involve sound. And now I'm looking at other stuff.
What school and what programs did you do?
So I was at Vanier. I did their audio recording technology program.
Okay.
It was a certificate program. And you cover everything in audio. It's like a condensed program. You go from everything from movie to radio.
And that's where you had speakers come in and talk?
Yeah, one of our class,
cool.
or a couple of our classes, we had like guest speakers that worked in the industry and like
Cool, yeah.
gave us a rundown and shit.
Okay, sick. And what was I gonna say with that? When like in the program, are you making good connections? Like, do you recommend like what would you recommend that program for? Like for the connections, for the knowledge?
The knowledge, definitely the knowledge.
Are you making any connections there? Like, are you meeting people?
Yeah, absolutely.
In the industry that are coming in and have the talk, and are you able to like network with them after?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of them were very open to like having us reach out to them and stuff after they did their speaking and stuff. They're like, give us their email or whatever.
Okay.
Some of them Facebook, and even our teachers for that matter. Like I think one of my teachers is gonna be like fixing my Mac soon. He's gonna be swapping some parts for me. So yeah, like honestly, all of it. It's a tough program. It's not easy. We got it easy, thankfully, because COVID slowed things down, and
more time.
That's it. Decreased our course load because we weren't allowed being in the school as much.
Yeah.
So it's not easy, and our teacher even like told us like when we were doing the orientation, like just so you know, there's university graduates that like fail this program. So, and then like half the people in the session just get up and leave.
Those are like the non-10,000 hour people.
That's it, bro. Those are the 2 months and I'm done, bro.
Yeah, you just do something to do something.
That's it.
But so when you produce music, like what do you say your genre is? Do you have a genre? Do you mix things up? Because I know you listen to like so many different types of music.
That's the thing. I make what I like. I hate the whole idea of associating yourself with a certain genre, because then people expect something from you. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, that's not house music. What the hell is he doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, all these Twitter boys.
Yeah.
And all these people just commenting on videos. Like, this is not real. EDM.
Yeah.
But
I miss the old Sanyo, man.
So you just mix things up. Basically, you don't care. You just go.
That's it, man. I'm even looking into like setting up like a little recording booth to have some like to give cheap studio time to some rappers and singers if they want. You know what I'm saying? Because I can do it all now. You know, I can mix, record.
I feel like that's like a thing that's missing in the music scene here is like people I don't know. I'm not really like I don't make music, so I don't really know that scene to that extent. But I feel like people don't help each other out, and I feel like that would help a lot. If someone's like rookie starting out and like he doesn't really know what he's doing, like as a photographer, the most I learn is when I link up with my photographer friends and we go out and we shoot and we like compare photography, and like he shows me his tricks, I show him my tricks, you know?
Yeah.
And like you have the same network. So like if I have a job and like I can't handle it, I'll pass it on to my boy. I'm like, oh, this guy could do it for you, you know?
Yeah.
So like in the music world, like is there the equivalence of that, or is there anything similar to that?
Yeah, there's both ends of the spectrum for sure. There's people that are like supportive and stuff. But now that you mention it, like I'm thinking back, and like I remember when I was like hustling and like grinding to try and get my first gig, like I didn't have anybody on my side like really helping me.
Right.
Now that I think back, like I don't think I had, you know, like.
But I guess it's hard with music because as a DJ for an event, you're a big part of if the event is like a sick event or a shitty event, right? 'Cause
Right.
You're controlling the crowd.
That's it.
And you're like creating a vibe, right?
Yeah.
So I guess you would compare that to like photography and shit, because I can't do work for people without them seeing my work. Because how do they know I'm a good photographer if they have never seen anything I've done, right?
Right.
So for music, like, do you have like a USB or like a SoundCloud? Do you go like, oh, check out my music, and I'll like play for you? Because you're saying like nobody was really on your side, right?
Yeah.
What are you relating that to? Like you wanted to play a gig and like they just didn't like you?
Yeah, like or like I would hit people up and stuff, or I'd talk to people like, yo, what's up? Like, you know, shake some hands, and
right.
And nobody was like, yeah, man, like here, like, you know, took me under their wing and stuff. I didn't get that. Some people do get that, you know what I'm saying? And I had to go get it on my own, like for real. Like it was like I said, me and Tushar were like going to a cut like every Thursday, man, just like talking to people, getting to know people and stuff. And like thankfully he had the connections and stuff too, which helped a lot.
Right.
But like we got it on our own, you know what I'm saying? And then after at that point, that's when people saw like, okay, like damn, these guys are serious. And that's when people started like, I don't know about for him, but for me personally, we started reaching out more.
Right. But also like with your Twitch channel, like, cause I noticed you're always on it and you're like consistent. You're not just like even if you like miss a Twitch, you're always like, okay guys, like, we're gonna reschedule this for like.
Yeah.
And it's cool how like it's cool to see from like following you and like just how like consistent and like serious you are about it.
You gotta be.
Where
man.
did you get the idea for like Twitch?
Um.
And why did you start that?
Well, because I don't know. I it just kind of came to mind. I was like, okay, like I can't do shows, so like, how would I be able to do shows? And the idea of live streaming was always a thing, and like people were already kind of doing it.
Yeah,
but
because on YouTube, a lot of artists, as soon as the pandemic started happening, they started doing their like live streams.
Yeah, YouTube Live and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was an idea that came to mind because I was like, because the bass community in Montreal, they like to stream a lot on Facebook. They do a lot of Facebook live streams, so I was thinking about that, but I was like, nah, like.
Yeah, Facebook's pretty underrated, right? There's like a lot of eyeballs on Facebook.
No, fuck Facebook.
Why?
Fuck Facebook. Fuck you, Mark Zuckerberg.
Is that why? Just because of Zuckerberg?
No, well, Zuckerberg's waste, but also
Ethical reasons?
no, they're just like, yo, they're just DMCAing the shit out of every like streamer. Like you can't play music on Facebook. Like they crack down on it, and it's like it's so dumb because I'm thinking like, why don't these streaming companies come together and collectively reach out to performance rights organizations and be granted the ability to have these artists perform on their platform, because this is how they're making their money now. This is how they're making their ends meet, right? Because they're not doing shows anymore, and that's where most artists make their money. It's from shows, not their music. So you go onto Twitch, you go onto Facebook, you go onto YouTube, and then your shit gets flagged. Sorry, copyrighted music.
But most of that is an algorithm. So like,
Yeah.
no matter what, with so much content to like that level of content, even on YouTube,
Yeah.
it's mostly an algorithm that's like taking it off, and it's just automated.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's shitty about it, because you have to go out and like contact, unless you have like, if you don't have connections of people working for YouTube, like you can't get instant responses because they just created a whole system where like you can't call somebody.
Yeah,
right?
And that's it too. I was like, that was literally what I was like. I was like, okay, Facebook, no, Facebook sucks. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't really my community. I felt it was like, I found it was mostly the bass community, and Facebook, it's very hard to get exposure because there's so many people on Facebook, and it's a very different demographic now than it was like when we were in high school, where it was mostly people our age, just older folks I find on Facebook.
It's like when Instagram came, everybody switched to Instagram.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, I'm not gonna do YouTube. Like I'm still thinking of streaming on both, but at the time I was like, I didn't want to do YouTube because
I feel like YouTube is where it's at though. Like YouTube is so like in place in like in the world now that like that's like the main source of like online television.
It's the only source of online television, and that's the problem, is they have such a monopoly, and they're able to just set the rules, and basically they can decide one day like, hey, so basically any video that's under 10 minutes is not going to be on anybody's explore page anymore, and then boom, a bunch of channels die because their content is less than 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And they had such a monopoly, and that's why I was like, you know what, fuck YouTube, because they same thing. They have you by the gonads, bro. They can make these rules and put these things in place, and there's nothing you can do. And it's not like you can go to another public video uploading service, because there isn't. What are you gonna go? You're gonna stream on Vimeo, like you know what I'm saying?
Daily Motion.
There you go. So then I was like, yo, like Twitch, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll give it a try. And it started actually because I did a stream on my birthday. I did like a couple streams on Instagram, but the quality was crap, and I got DMCA'd. Instagram owned by Facebook.
Yeah, of course.
You know? Yeah. So I got DMCA'd. I was like, hey, Instagram is not an option, so let's try Twitch, because I was already seeing some like music festivals like having festivals on Twitch. So I was like, okay, maybe I can do it on Twitch. So I did like a charity stream on my birthday type of thing, and then like there was a solid turnout, like mad people came through.
Was this turnout made like all based on like the people you know and your followers, or was it just random? Like the stream, there's streaming on Twitch. Like, is it kind of like a TikTok where like it's like open and any stranger could kind of find you easily?
Yeah.
Okay,
But
cool.
I don't know if that particular stream, if that was the case. I'm sure there was some randoms that tuned in, because they show you how many unique viewers you have.
Oh, cool.
And
give you that data like without paying or anything?
Yeah, like it's like, so like mine right now is like 650-ish. So like, let's say I'm streaming tonight, for example, and that's probably gonna jump to maybe like 660, 670, maybe even 700, depends, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But at the time, I think it was more my friends, because it was my birthday.
Right.
So it was like a bunch of people that were like on my Instagram and stuff, because it was like maybe second month of quarantine. So like people really had nothing to do, so they
Yeah.
were just like, fuck it, let me tune in. And then I was
Crazy
like,
how far away that was. Like,
yeah, I know,
but yeah,
time
so
flies.
You just tuned in on Twitch and.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, and that's when I saw the potential. I'm like, you know, maybe I should do it regularly. So I was like streaming like every now and then I got Twitch affiliated.
Okay.
And I
What
was
is
like,
that? Is it like a premium?
it's like basically when you reach a certain number of viewers and you hit a certain number of like how do you say it?
Subscribers?
Not subscribers, followers, and
Exposure?
like traction. When you have a certain amount of
yeah.
traction on your channel,
Okay.
like you have these list of achievements that you have to hit within a span of time, and I got it. So then I got promoted to affiliate.
That's
So now people can like subscribe and donate to me directly through Twitch.
Okay. Instead of like an external.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. So then that happened, and then I was like, okay, like I need to put something in place so that I force myself to be consistent with it. So that's when I did my three time a week stream. So I like made a schedule that I have to follow. And I've just been, like I said, streaming 3 times a week, sometimes even more.
And like even if you were to miss it,
That's it.
you didn't just give up. You're like, fuck it, I'll just reschedule it.
That's it. Move
Yeah,
it to
that's
another
really
day.
sick. It's really cool that you're doing that because like I feel like that's gonna just that mindset is gonna for sure bring you far. But like, what the fuck do I know? Like, you know, just my perspective on it. Because like me too. Like when I started being more like consistent and like forcing myself to sit down and to get something done, like shit's actually getting done.
Yeah.
And do you keep like what's your like? Do you have like a daily routine or like any kind of like thing you do every day, like writing in a journal, for example, or like?
I actually like recently started doing that because I realized how important it is to have a routine if you're striving for success.
Mm-hmm.
It's still very abstract at the moment, but I like to like I've made a promise myself like, okay, I dedicate at least 3 hours a day to music, whether that can include the time that I'm streaming.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to anywhere from 2 to 3 hours a day I like to dedicate to
Every
just
day,
music.
like
Every day.
Saturday, Sunday, every day.
Yeah, you know, I'll miss a day or two.
Yeah, but it's just like every day you're waking up with the thought of I'm gonna spend 3 hours on music.
Yeah, I try as hard as I can, and yeah, but you
I
know,
just find it's like a really cool way to like document not only how far you've come, but like even just your thought process. Like I find like writing in a journal, like I've been writing since like 2017, and if I'm to like go back to like my writing in 2017, I could kind of remember like the way I thought in 2017, and that I find is super cool because like you're able to like
see
go
a
back
change.
into your older brain and like see how much change that happened.
Yeah, for sure. Damn, I didn't think about that, but yeah, I've read that a lot. I also read too, so I started reading too. So I make sure that I read every morning.
Yeah.
When I get up, first thing I do instead of taking out my phone and scrolling on Instagram and accomplishing zero, I read a book. You know what I'm saying?
You could take out your phone and read a newsletter, but then that's gonna eventually end up in Instagram. So.
Yeah, that's it. That's gonna be like, oh wow, top 10 most doctors hate when you use this. Oh shit, what's that?
Bro, have you seen Facebook TV?
No, I don't go on Facebook, bro.
The way that shit's designed is literally
TikTok
suck
reel?
you in. No, it just kind of like TikTok. Bro, it just sucks you in. It's always like the dumbest shit too. I find myself watching of like
now
the
this
same gold digger prank.
Oh, bro, that content is still on Facebook.
But
Like-
I don't know, maybe that's my algorithm. But like, because I never watch it. Every time I see it, like sometimes it's playing, but like I'm like my brain is just trying to make me watch it. But like, I already know what the fuck's gonna happen.
Sorry, I don't dig gold diggers.
Yeah, exactly. And it just closes. So Facebook's algorithm just thinks that's the only thing I watch because it's the only first video they've ever showed me.
Jeez.
So every video is, but like it's crazy how many different like Facebook influencers. Facebook is like
Facebook
a different form of
influencers.
YouTube now. There's like literally Facebook YouTubers in a sense where like
Yeah,
call it
content
Facebook.
creators for
Yeah.
sure, absolutely. There's some that I actually like enjoy, you know.
On Facebook?
Yeah, and there's even some like DJs and producers that are actually more on Facebook than they are on any other platform.
Really?
So that's pretty cool. Like like Facebook's not all that bad, but
Okay. But like compared to YouTube, you're saying Facebook would be better, but compared to Twitch, like Twitch would be the best.
I just felt like Twitch was like the platform that best suited my needs, you know? It was
It was cool. Like when you're on Twitch, like whenever you're streaming, it was easy to find you, and like you don't even really need to have an account to like log into like tune into that stream. For example, like I was at my friend's house downtown, and I saw you're streaming online, so we literally just typed in Sanyo Twitch, and then we went straight to you.
Yeah.
It wasn't like hard to find. Right?
No, not at all. Yeah. And like they do a good job at like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's like that with anything, man. It's always slow in the beginning, but they're good at like at promoting your stuff based on where you stand in the public eye on that platform. So like, you know, like I still consider myself a small streamer because I don't have a huge follower base, but you know,
Did you hit that 100 target?
I'm going to, man. Christmas,
Yeah.
I promise, man. I need to hit it. But yeah, so but I've noticed that like as my followers have increased, the more like new streamers come and watch my stuff.
Okay.
Or new viewers come and watch.
Okay, so is there like a news feed or like an explore page on it?
Yeah, there's explore page, like recommended for you, streams on right now, like who you're following. And then like sometimes what'll happen is like I'll be streaming and then the stream will end, and then if they lose, they'll raid another stream. So basically all the viewers get sent to another stream. So I'm like, oh, who's this, you know?
Okay, yeah, so you as a Twitch like user or like a viewer, how do you navigate Twitch? Like what do you look for on Twitch?
Yo, honestly, I never been on Twitch until I started streaming. To be completely honest with you, I don't think I've ever watched another streamer. I think I watched the one.
Or like you just don't watch it, but you just play on it.
No, I started recently,
Okay.
But I think the only stream I watched was when like Drake streamed with Ninja, like Fortnite, like 2 years ago.
They're gaming?
Yeah.
Yo, it's crazy because all that stuff ends up on Instagram anyways.
Yeah, that's
like,
it.
The same content gets like regurgitated on Instagram.
Yeah, basically. Oh yeah, let's get it. But seeing as I'm on there now, I try to like as a content creator, I try to see what other content creators are doing, and I like to support other content creators because because they'll you know what I'm saying, they might support you back and stuff. So I've been on it now, but how I navigate, it's literally.
Have you found any like streamers from Quebec, Montreal? How do you know they're from? Is there like a location tag on your page? I've never used Twitch.
Nah, there isn't. Usually I'll like if I really enjoy their content, I'll go and follow them on Instagram after, and then usually they'll say where they're from. But I think Pokemon's from Montreal.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Shit.
I think so. I think I remember reading that somewhere. I don't know if that.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to look into that.
Wait, what does he do?
she's just a gamer. She's like, I think she's one of the most popular streamers.
I'm trying to like pull it off as if like I know who he is. What does he do?
Yeah, she's just she's a gamer. One of the top like Twitch streamers, you know, she's like up there, you know what I'm saying? She's getting the bag, bro. She's getting the bag.
Yeah, there's like decent amount of gaming happening here. There's a lot of big gaming companies here actually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, for sure.
My friend works for a company called Unity.
Okay.
He's recently IPO'd, and their share price went from like 69 to like 150.
Oh yeah.
Mad quick, yeah.
Wow.
Like, they IPO'd during like COVID, which is like crazy. But it's because I think they own. I might be wrong, but I think they own 60% of all like mobile gaming, like ads and stuff, and like they're like the platform. They're kind of like an Adobe for like design work and stuff.
Okay.
But for gaming, so like if you're creating a game, you could use their online system to like as a software. Oh,
to like, so they have all like the bare bones, and you make a game. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. That's cool.
It's hard to explain because I still don't really understand it completely.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. You take like Unity courses on their website.
Okay.
And what shows that they're going to be around forever is because like if you're a company and you make something with their product in the long term, you're always going to be using their product. It's Adobe, right?
Yeah. So that's it.
That's probably one of the reasons why they shot up too.
Yeah.
But
dude, a bunch of companies exploded during the pandemic, like a bunch of not even just companies, assets too.
Yeah. And but like even like the way a business is designed now, like some of them were able to transition quickly and like change the way they like, so basically curbside pickup is like an example.
Yeah, that's, oh man.
But then like shit like what Montreal is fucking really based on is like the fucking clubbing industry.
Yeah, club scene's huge.
And like the F1 this year is gonna happen.
Yeah.
And the holidays. those are the two big times that Montreal like club owners can make money.
Yeah.
With all the corporate events and all that shit. And
Yeah.
like, this year they got fucked. So like, if they didn't have any other like cards playing for them, like real estate or any other businesses, they're gonna shut down. They're fucked.
Dude, you have to innovate, man. That's it, man. You can't be a victim, man. You can't be a victim to your environment. You know what I'm saying? You gotta compromise, bro. And that's where I feel like a lot of people take L's too. You know, a lot of DJs that I know, just like now that there's no club gigs, they just gave up. They're just not doing anything music related at all. Some, on the other hand, started picking up producing and stuff. You know what I mean? Which is great. But some people are just like, oh, the scene's dead. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, stream on Twitch. Go stream.
Yeah,
like
that victim mentality is just, but that just also weeds out like the people you don't want in the scene.
That's it.
So it's a good thing. It's not really a bad thing, but like it just sucks to see that, right?
Yeah.
To see somebody who had so much potential and like they're actually going somewhere to just like have something like COVID happen and just be like, fuck all this. Like I don't want to do anything anymore.
Yeah.
But it could also relate to like their personal lifestyle. Like what if they're living on their own? And did not have a social circle around them.
That's
That
it.
could have fucked them up too. Like.
That's it. I mean, there are some aspects of Corona that, you know, affected enterprises and businesses that were unavoidable. They're unchangeable. You know what I'm saying? And of course, there's so many industries and businesses that took a heavy hit, and there's literally nothing that can be done about it. Mm-hmm. But like, I'm reading a book right now, and there was a quote. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it goes along the lines of like, it's basically just saying like, yeah, what we just discussed, that like reactive people are those that are subject to their environment and they're influenced by their environment, and productive people are those that adapt to it and learn to work with it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like that's it. Me right away, I was like, I got to start streaming. I got to start keeping my name. I need my name still out there. I need people to still be talking about me. I can't let the Sanyo buzz die. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna start streaming. And I started producing more because I had more time on my hands.
And it's you're like staying relevant to a certain extent. Like
that's it.
I barely watched any of yours because like every time you freaking stream, like I'm always doing something.
Yeah, it's all good, bro. Don't even stress.
Bro, don't get mad at me. No, but like, yo, click that. The reason why I'm aware of you is because like I just see you always posting like, oh, I'm going live, live, and it's just anytime you see somebody who's like actually like consistent with something, you just naturally have to respect their grind because you're like, this guy is still doing it. It doesn't matter. He's just always on it. Like we talked about like Argento for a bit, like how like
yeah.
Pull up that Abbott just with his laptop, and like you gotta respect him to a certain extent.
Bro, yo, some people literally like their shit's gonna be garbage, but they'll make it off the hustle alone, bro.
Exactly.
They'll make it just off the hustle alone.
That's also like the issue of like having the funds to be able to pull it off. Right?
That's it. It's like Jack Harlow, man. Like, oh, bro, I respect the guy. You know what I'm saying? I respect anybody with hustle. I'll never take that away from them. I feel like he's gonna be the next Lil Dicky. It's like that white rapper that everybody's talking about because he spits flow. He's gonna be hot for a year. He's gonna be on XXL, and then he's gonna die 2 years from now. People are gonna forget who he is.
He didn't really die off. He started like he has a whole TV show and stuff now.
Yeah, it's true. He's on Wildin' Out, no? Or he has his own show.
Out, but he just released his own show. But I mean, bro, he is Jewish, bro.
Yeah,
they know what they're doing.
Jewish. He's got the money.
He has the money as a connects, bro. Like they know what they're doing in the media industry. Like,
yeah, but that's it. He's a guy that knew, okay, my rap buzz isn't gonna live forever, so let me branch out and start doing other things. You know what I'm saying?
That's like a new thing too. A lot of artists had no idea about that, and they just blow all their money and then all of a sudden they disappear.
Yeah, they get the advance, because they come out with a couple of hits and then they're like,
you gotta flex because they're a rapper. Yeah. That's kind of fucked, right? Like the industry is designed in a way where you have to have these like 10K chains on, bro. Like
that's it.
It doesn't even look. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like it doesn't even look nice. Having like crystally shiny things on your neck that's that big, just aesthetically doesn't make sense. But we just like
it's what the kids love, bro. It's what the kids love, man.
But they don't actually love it. They just love that the rappers say that they should love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
Like you're rapping about your big chain and shit. You know?
But the thing is, like, yo, look at some of the biggest rappers. Like, look at Drake, bro. He doesn't rock stupid ass like icy chains like that.
Exactly.
You know?
You know he could afford it, but like that's also a new form of flexing. Is like being humble and like wearing like Walmart shoes and like, you know what I mean? But like
Yeah.
with Drake, for example, like even like Drake's chains, sometimes he does have like big ass chains, right? But,
Yeah,
like,
they're simple and shit. They're modest.
simple, exactly, and like they look nice. They're like that. It makes sense to me. But like when you have like a heavy ass neck and you're like getting a slip disc in your fucking neck, bro, like that's not worth it.
Yeah,
Just
bro.
put that into a house. Put that into property that could give you.
But that's the thing though. That's a very good point that you made. Actually, to kind of go back to the Jack Harlow thing, so I don't end on a diss. I respect his hustle, and he made it, I think, off of his hustle. And he said that in his interviews, put in 10,000 hours, like you were discussing. Right. But anyway, back to this. The chains thing. A lot of things that people discuss is that because the chains are made of gold and diamond, which retain value. So it's kind of like a security deposit that if all else fails, well, I still got these $100,000 chains that I can sell.
But then it's like having $100,000 cash that you're walking around every chilling with, where you're possibly getting drunk or like on drugs, and you're just waving it around to people like, yo, you just come grab this anytime you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless you have security, which you're paying.
Well, they do, bro. They do.
The financing doesn't make sense to me. Like put that into a house.
Yeah, I know.
Put that into something that's gonna go up in value, or like.
But that's the thing. Some of these things do. I know. I was chilling with my boy yesterday. He was telling me how his boy bought a paddock for 100,000. But yeah, bro, he's because those things they're released in like a limited number of models and quantity as well. So like in this case, he was telling me how like his boy copped the paddock, dropped 100 bands on it, but now the paddock is worth 125 bands.
Right, 25 bands.
So that's 25 racks of profit.
In how long?
I don't think that long from what we were discussing.
Okay. It's like sneakers, I guess. Said that.
Yeah, that's it. That's the same concept, bro. They're released in limited quantity, but it's a whole other ball game, bro. We're talking about $1,000 sneakers maybe, and then $100,000 watches. You know, completely different ball game, but it's the same concept. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, you get to rock 100,000 on your wrist. You know, but it depends what you look at. I'm the same way.
There's a lot of rappers that rock fake shit too.
Oh, absolutely. There's like Instagram pages just dedicated to that alone, like calling out like fake watches.
It's like influencers in the wild for like jewelry, I guess.
Yeah, jewelry and kicks.
Yeah.
I remember Soulja Boy. There was this one that like Soulja Boy got exposed so many times.
Bro, every time Soulja Boy becomes relevant again, it's always some like rant.
Bro, it's always some coonery, bro. Every time it's some coonery, bro. This guy's a joke, but he's smart about it, bro. He's one of those. If not, he's probably one of the most smart like marketers I know, bro. Like this guy, yo, he's a genius. He's a genius like that though, because he does that shit on purpose to get himself some buzz and clout.
But what does he use that clout for? Like, what does he do? I don't know. Like, all I know Soulja Boy is from is like music. I don't know any other industry he's in.
Do you remember the Soulja game?
Like, is it a video game?
So basically, Soulja Boy was talking about how he wanted to start his own video game company.
Okay.
So he's like, it's been my dream. I'm starting my own video game company, and then like. People are like, yo, I have to look into this some more. They called it the Soulja Boy, like the Soulja Boy, or I think the Soulja Game or some shit. And everyone was making fun of him, bro. Everybody's roasting him, like talking trash, because what they found out was that it was just Chinese drop shipped, bro. He started his own Shopify store. He was just drop shipping like these Chinese video game consoles for like a 2-time markup.
Oh my god.
But yo, then when the site opened up and he dropped his Soulja Game, bro, he made 100. He was showing his fucking Shopify on like Instagram Live. He made like over $100,000 first day, bro, just because of all the buzz that it built.
That's crazy.
Like people literally just
$100,000 in gross or like net?
In sales.
In sales, okay.
But like
that's still like that's a decent amount.
Yo, in a day in a Shopify store, bro. Bro, I see these gurus on my YouTube ads talking about how they made that shit in a month. And they're like, he made $100,000 his first month. Yo, this guy did it in a day. Yeah. And it was all because of the buzz that built up behind it. Because people straight up bought the thing for the meme of it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure like a lot of YouTubers are going to go out and buy it to review it.
Yeah, dude, I remember seeing so many YouTube videos on it when it came out.
Right, yeah. That's going to create a chain reaction of the reviewers going and buying it.
That's it.
All it takes is like one guy to be paid by Soulja Boy to be like, oh, it's actually not a bad gaming device. Like,
yeah. No, they're all ripping on it, but still, like people thought it was funny.
It's still like views, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying?
And also Soulja Boy was the first rapper to ever market himself on the internet. No cap. He was the first
Was he
person.
even the first YouTube, like he got big off YouTube with the Soulja Boy song? He made that video and everything?
Yo, get this. This is how he did it, bro. So remember LimeWire?
Yeah.
So this is what he used to do, bro. This guy is a genius. So he would take whatever song was out and popping at the time, and he would put it up on LimeWire, but he would title it whatever, but then replace the song with Crank That.
Oh, fuck, I think I heard about this.
Yeah, so people are like,
what is he, yeah.
so people are like, oh yeah, Britney Spears, and then download it. You, bing, bing, bing. And then people are like, the fuck? Oh shit, okay. And then it just, bro, he just went from there. He literally made enough money for the rest of his life off that one song, bro. That's how all these songs are blowing up now. And that's how even like...
Yeah, that wasn't, you wouldn't even think of that as like a marketer at that time and be like, oh, we should have some kind of dance that people do to this.
Oh no, people knew, but it was just a matter of getting a song that didn't suck dick, and two, getting a dance that was actually jiggy, and that went with the, that went with the track. Like, yo, think of about a week ago, Bobby Shmurda, you know what I'm saying, bro? Same shit. Only thing is, it was the Vine days.
That's the Dougie, right? Or Teach Me Another Dougie?
No, but there's another great example, bro. Or Cat Daddy, bro. I remember the Cat Daddy when I was in high school. Call me SpongeBob.
Exactly. All of that chained off of this Soulja Boy thing.
Yeah,
Right?
Hunt it, bro. Hunt it, bro.
I feel like that wasn't even a thing until Soulja Boy happened. People started doing the dance.
Yeah, bro. As soon as you get a dance associated with a rap, and the rap actually bops, it's like a hit, bro. And I remember Bobby Shmurda. He said, yo, as soon as I started seeing kids doing it, it was a rap. And it's true, bro. Once the kids are on it, it's done, bro.
Exactly. As much as you can hate things like TikTok and shit.
Bro, the kids control the market.
Bro, and at a certain point, when you get older, you're not gonna understand it. You just physically, like, no matter how hard you try, like, you just bro, never understand it. Like TikTok, like dancing in front of a phone for TikTok doesn't make sense to me. But like, I know people that do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. How the fuck is Addison Rae making $20 million, bro?
It just goes to show like the value of eyeballs. Like if you have people watching your shit,
that's it.
You can make money off of it.
Watch or listening, implying all your senses.
This goes back to like why I think radio is gonna die, is because like this new form of media.
It's very visual, for sure.
Yeah, and you have control over it, and the app that you're watching it on is designed to like suck you in.
Yeah, of course.
For now, until like more documentaries like The Social Dilemma and shit come out and they start creating rules around it.
I mean, yeah, unless they start creating rules around it.
They for sure are, because even today I was reading The Morning Brew, and they're saying how Facebook, was it Facebook? Yeah, Apple started appreciating that Facebook started like they have plans of changing their whole like privacy laws.
Okay.
And Apple is actually legit. Like they're actually like private with their stuff. I didn't believe it. I thought it was just like an Android versus Apple thing. I know you're an Android
bro,
guy.
I've seen Kate Upton's titties, bro. How are you gonna tell me Apple's safe with their shit, bro?
Everybody makes mistakes.
Bro, I've seen Jennifer Aniston's big old titties too, bro.
Yeah,
actually, no, not that big. But anyway, you know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Apple's safe with
it. As like the fucking best leader America ever had, Trump says, mistakes happen.
Bro.
So like.
Bro,
hey.
shut up. Shut up. Let's not even go there, bro.
Bro, I don't know anything about politics, so like.
Oh man.
You physically can't go there. But where was I going with this? Yeah. Okay. So my boy who works for Unity, like the company I told you.
Yeah.
So, as a company, they almost got fucked because of certain privacy laws that Apple wanted to make. And there was at a point where, like, if Apple were to make certain privacy laws, that Unity as a company couldn't exist anymore.
Okay.
I don't think it was to that extent, but like a lot of their projects couldn't work anymore because they didn't have access to that data. And like in gaming and stuff like that, you kind of want data, right? Like.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully, yo, because like, it's actually fucked, bro. Like they know everything about you, from what you ate today, from where you were, from where your favorite stores are to shop at. Your grocery store knows your
future. They know like what you're going to like, what you're.
That's it, bro, and that's what they're selling, and that's what's his name? Snowden. Edward Snowden talks about. He's like It's like it's not even a matter because people. I didn't, but I saw his MSNBC documentary, and
he went on Rogan a few times.
Yeah, I saw that as well. I saw snippets of that and watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
because I don't like Joe Rogan. But he,
What?
bro, this guy, literally CBD, elk meat, and UFC. That's all he talks about, bro.
How much of his content did you watch?
I guess only the shit about CBD and elk meat, but fuck,
Right,
it's a lot of it.
Before getting into Joe Rogan, did you like hear about things like that before getting in, or did you just go into Joe Rogan like not knowing anything?
No, I got in like not knowing anything, but I just saw all my homies watching it because I was like, damn, this guy must be really like insightful and enlightened. But I'm watching, I'm like, bro, this guy's a regular ass Joe. He doesn't know shit.
I personally feel like the whole appeal to him is like the fact that he's like, he even admits that he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, facts, true.
Still,
I respect
that. At the end
that.
of the day, he's a human and he's learning as he goes.
Yeah.
And he doesn't choose sides. Like he doesn't he doesn't seem like someone who chooses sides. He has his personal interests and he's like, this is what I like. You can listen if you want. Like fuck off if you don't. Kind of
Yeah. No, for sure, and I do respect that.
I found out about him because like I was big into like comedy and like comedians.
Yeah.
And like he was one of like the first like specials on Netflix, and he had like a really old like special on Netflix, and he starts off with like saying how like he thinks his ideology of like humans being like a fungus to the world, and like every time like shit catches on fire, shit blows up, we just rebuild, and like that comedy special was like super like interesting to me. And then I started like YouTubing him, and like this was like in like 2013 when I was like super young.
Yeah.
I found him on YouTube, and I remember like watching him and shit, and like a lot of his thought processes influenced me and like changed the way I thought of things. So like from my perspective, I see Joe Rogan as like a whole different thing, and then like, some people see him as like the fucking $100 million Spotify deal guy, you know?
Yeah, no, I don't see him like that. Like I respect him, and I definitely do think he has a fan base for sure. And
But now it's all on Spotify, eh? You can't even watch it on YouTube.
Oh, not at all?
No.
Wow.
I think they put like the clips on YouTube, like the
Okay.
small clips.
Okay.
But like yeah, like it's like you can only watch the episodes on YouTube now, and on Spotify, and like people are ripping it too. Like people like record it off Spotify and put it on YouTube.
Of course, bro.
For like 12 hours.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course. That's how it's always been.
Isn't it crazy that like YouTube still allows? Not that they allow it. They probably could, honestly. They could have easily taken that down, but like YouTube still like doesn't stop that from happening. Like that's still you can still do that. You can still like, post whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, bro. You could go and post some porn on YouTube if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows how long it's gonna stay up there, but you can. You can. You'll get banned as soon as they find that shit.
Exactly.
But like you could post literally anything on YouTube. I think like a little bit gruesome, but I think you know that Luca Magnotta nutcase, bro.
Yeah.
I think he first uploaded the video to YouTube.
Oh.
And it got taken down like hella quick, but the thing is, when something's on the internet, it's there forever.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna see it. It's gonna screen record it. Somebody's gonna, you know what I'm saying? So like you can upload anything to YouTube and shit. And like even, I remember there's this YouTuber I watched as a kid named Ruka Ali. I don't know if you know. If you know.
Ruka Ali?
Yeah, Ruka Ali.
Is that how you intro his videos?
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Ruka Ali.
He just used to do parodies of songs, but he would make them like hella racist, bro. But it was like, I thought it was the funniest shit.
Bro, I feel like we still need that kind of content.
Yeah, we do. We fucking do.
That's the only kind of shit that balances it out. If there's too much of just like PC content,
bro, everything's pussified now on the internet, bro. It's ridiculous, man. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a liberal thinker. But like, yo, like, man, these like Silicon Valley like tech companies, bro, they're just going so soft on everybody. It's fucked. Like, yo, it's like again, the whole thing about YouTube can just wake up one day, change the rules, and then a bunch of channels get screwed over, bro.
Yeah.
I know so many YouTube channels, bro, that I used to watch that basically just gave up or basically pussified their entire content because they weren't making any revenue because their title had ass in it or because they swore once. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, but
and
then
you're saying like at that point you're not really adapting. You're kind of changing your content to like comply with YouTube. Like as a content creator, do you consider that like you as a content creator adapting to like the market, or do you think you're changing your content completely? Like you're not being true to yourself anymore.
Like I feel like it depends, yo, because that's the thing. Well, it's not even a matter of being true to yourself anymore or not. It's just like when you're known, again, when you're associated with a certain brand of comedy or a certain brand of content, and then you have to either change that. People are gonna be like, oh, you know, this ain't the same, because you built up a fan base that enjoyed a very specific kind of content that you made, and now you can no longer make that content. It's like iDubbbz, you know, it's like Max Mofo, it's like Filthy Frank, it's like How to Basic. Yo, these are all YouTube channels that I used to watch growing up, and now they're just dead because they can't post anything without it getting flagged or removed or demonetized because, you know, again, they swore once in it. But then you're gonna go on TV and you're gonna see like the same companies that refuse to advertise on non-PG content on YouTube are the same companies that are advertising on 17 plus TV shows on television. Yeah. So that's where I'm kind of like, where's the logic in that? Sure. You know? And that's why somebody needs to come out with a platform that they can upload that kind of stuff to it. But that's why we have Patreon and stuff now too.
What I mean. Like, I feel like only like a platform like that would be something like that's membership based, or like Netflix or like Spotify.
Nelk,
it sucks, but like at the end of the day, like it makes sense to me to like pay for something like that. At the end of the day, your experience as a consumer is going to be better. For sure.
And there's
versus like Bell with TV packages and stuff. I'd rather just have like a bunch of little like $10 a month, and like it's gonna add up. But if you have like select like Netflix and like Spotify, like it ends up being the same thing as having like a TV package. That's it.
And I'm thinking about that too now. I'm like, I much rather, as opposed to paying $80 a month for a 30 channel television package, I much rather take that $80 and distribute it evenly monthly throughout the different content creators that I enjoy and pay them directly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like the value in that, where do you see the value in that? Like education, like are you learning stuff from it, or is it just like you respect the
it could be a variety of things. I mean, I think I only support 2 channels on Patreon. One of them's an artist, because like a lot of he'll release music and he'll only let his Patreon subscribers have it, and he makes great music. And then another one is a guy who actually grows weed. So he does a lot of like really sick tutorials, and he like, dude, the video editing is like crazy, man. Like it's actually dope stuff. But
that's cool, because it's like educational and like
entertaining. But that's it. But he makes no money from YouTube.
Yeah, I heard
no money.
A lot of people, like, there's a lot of 1 million plus subscriber channels that are not making a dime off YouTube.
Zero, bro.
And because like some like episodes that they want to monetize, they just can't. Of, like the YouTube fucking algorithm.
You know, like, oh, I heard you say the A word. Sorry, we can't monetize that. But like that's it. So now you have systems like Patreon and like even.
Well, it's good. It's like creating new businesses, I guess.
That's it. So that's it. Like YouTube can only do. They can only do so much. People are gonna find other ways. You know what I'm saying? And even now, what advertisers are doing now is they're contacting the content creators directly. Yeah. So companies like Dollar Shave Club, ExpressVPN. I'm sure you've seen ads for them.
So like I said, I don't watch any ads at all, right?
But you see, yeah.
So, but like I know about Dollar Shave Club. I know about MeUndies. I know about fucking what is it? The Cash App, bro. Like
the Honey app.
Straight from podcasts, and it's just made in a way that it's just implemented into the speech. So like you just don't. Call Her Daddy is like they're fucking really good at doing that. Yeah. It literally sounds like they're about to say the next thing, and then all of a sudden you're like in an ad, and they know like the right attention span level to just like have it long enough. What else? Like
it's probably cheap. I feel like it's. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like it's almost cheaper to advertise that method as well too.
I was actually curious to see like how much it does cost, but like now I heard there's like certain marketing companies that have like a package deal. And they have like, so there's like iHeartRadio, for example, and they have a bunch of podcasts underneath them.
Right.
And you could do like an iHeartRadio package, or like you could do like the comedy package with like all the big like comedians like Joe Rogan. Well, like Joe Rogan is his own machine, I guess.
Yeah.
But like there's a bunch of like comedian podcasts that like are all like in the same hub, or like, do you know about what's like the Bill Burr thing? Not Comedy Central, but is it Laugh Out Loud?
Don't
fuck. It was like I just had it, but anyways, he has like there's like a Instagram page and like a whole business called it's like a comedy network kind of thing, and it was all like not like a network. It was like all like on YouTube and stuff. So there's like different content from like different comedians, and like I think you could have like a package where your company pays like a certain amount and they distribute it on all those platforms.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of like how Instagram and Facebook advertising works too. It's just like,
Facebook is really good at that, of like how they have like the perfect amount of time that you're not going to skip it, and they don't have a skip option. They just force their advertisers to make an ad within that, like, what, 10 seconds or like 8 seconds, I don't know. But that's all algorithm. So they know how your attention span is, and they're able to create marketing according to that.
Yeah, but that again, that's how scary like it is, yo. Like, yo, it's literally gotten to the point, man, where I'll talk. I don't even know if this is true or not, or if this is a thing, but I'll dead ass be talking about something with some homies, and then I get on my phone and I'm like seeing ads for that same.
That's a real thing. So I know this dude named Neldy. He's in Montreal. Like Montreal's a small city, so I'm sure like people know him. And a funny story is, like, I bought a used like bike off of him, like an old bike, like a retro bike that I just wanted to do like an art project and like restore it and shit.
Okay.
So he ends up being like, he works for another tech company like in Montreal, and he literally works for that department of like, they listen to your audio and then they recommend stuff according to, and then I'm like, and then I was trying
to listen to your audio in what sense? Like if you're on a like
it's a real thing. You don't know?
Like your mics are just on listening to your shit?
Yeah, so like,
bro, what the fuck?
No, like, so you have like Alexa, for example, right?
Yeah.
So Alexa's, when you say her name, she listens, but like technically she's always listening, and there's always like some kind of like grouping of this data that they're doing. They're like grouping all this data somehow, and they're using that as data that, like, it's all in the, I'm pretty sure it's in like the agreement thing that you're gonna just accept through, right?
Yeah, of course it is, bro. Those things are pages long.
So I was trying to play devil's advocate. I'm like, oh no, like that's pretty cool, like, because at the end of the day, like, if you're a consumer looking for a product and something could automatically find like the best suited product for you, I guess it helps the consumer. Like, as somebody looking for something to buy and you don't know where to find it and what to look for, and if an algorithm could like hand that to you at like the best price, at the best like situation for you, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
But he's like, even when I said that, he's just like, yeah, but like it's not that good. Like, he's like, it's crazy the amount of leeway they have, and like they basically just hear what you're talking about and they recommend that to you.
That's fucked, bro.
And it's a real thing, because like I remember talking about I needed to get a snowboard like full like onesie, and I was like, fuck, like I don't know where to buy one, and I was just like talking to my friend about it. And then I'm on Instagram, bro, all my ads are this company called Oneski, and they have like the sickest fucking onesies. So it's like $6, like it's fucking expensive.
Okay.
But like, it was literally what I was looking
That's insane, bro.
And like, I didn't Google like, onesie companies or anything.
Yeah.
It just came to me.
Well, that's what Snowden was talking about in the documentary. It goes beyond just them having access to your thing, you know? And people saying like, oh, if you have nothing to hide, then what's the big deal? But it's not even about that, bro. They're literally like, they're building your future for you. Now these algorithms are getting so complex and sophisticated that they literally, if what you're saying is true, I wouldn't doubt that they have algorithms so precise that they can just literally predict, like, okay, based on what he's saying, we can sell him this product and turn him into this kind of human being 5 years from now.
Did you watch the documentary called Cambridge Analytica?
Nah.
Bro, you have to watch it. So it's basically about how Trump won the election.
Yeah, through Russian bots, bro.
Yeah, but the whole thing was this company called Cambridge Analytica was using these bots to create so they would look at the data and they would see like certain groups, and you know how America is like pretty split. There's like different.
Yeah.
So they would see like for example, they would see like a group associating with, like, I'm being extreme right now, but like with ISIS, and then they would see a group associating with like I don't know, like what Texans would be into, I guess, or like
guns.
Yeah, exactly. Like they didn't have a gun, right?
Yeah.
Gun laws. And then they would put out all these like content and like video collaborations and shit.
Yeah.
That motivate these two groups to have protests.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's as crazy that like these protests are like literally right across the street from each other, so it's like already creating like a like a fight, you know?
100%.
Like, I don't know, I'm not accurately saying all of this, but like, you get what I mean. Like, that's basically what happens. And they were able to manipulate enough groups to think that Trump was actually doing good than bad.
Yeah.
That it ended up making him win the election.
It's like the whole QAnon conspiracy, bro.
Yeah. So they were able to literally create like a behavior.
Fake people, yeah, absolutely, bro.
Yeah.
A fake audience, a fake page, a fake demographic, bro. It's ridiculous. It's fucked.
It's real. At the end of the day, it's real people watching this thing.
Yeah, real people watching.
You're forming opinions for people.
Yeah, that's it, bro. And it's like
if I see you post like an idea of like, oh, this like Trump is racist, I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna come to it with like my more open mindset because I'm like, oh, my good friend is like posting this and like I know my friend, so I trust my friend.
Yeah.
It's like word of mouth.
Of course, bro. Even like some of these pages, bro, that I follow, I see like now this, you know what I'm saying? Like just like super liberal, like anti-Trumpism agenda constantly. But the thing is that's different. But like what you're saying, bro, I remember I read this thing. My numbers may be fudged a little bit, but between the 2016 and the 2020 election, Facebook and Twitter deleted 5 billion plus fake accounts, bro, that were all from Russia. How fucked is that? They're literally...
Yeah, because like, I remember like certain creators were saying how like when they do that wipe, like their following count could like go down by like 1 million.
Yeah.
And it's insane.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like 60% of Trump's followers are fake.
Yeah, of course.
And what's even crazier to me is that I'm like, every once in a while I'll see an anti-vax, anti-mask Karen on Facebook that needs to get her ass flamed. So I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Just for the fuck of it. You know, I'll be there, I'll be baked. I'm just like, what's Karen on about, bro? You know what I'm saying? And then I'll get replies to my comments from these accounts like, yeah, but Trump is gonna save us from and I'm looking at the counts and I'm like, yo, what is this guy saying? I check the accounts, bro, and it's just numbers and letters, bro. Numbers and letters. I'm like, what?
Like
on Twitter. This was on Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter.
And then the account's gone three days later. And then
do you report it or like?
No, not even. And even crazier, I remember reading a news article, nothing to do with politics, and then it starts talking same thing. It's like, oh, wait till like the radical left, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm just like, bro, I'm like, this comment, like this has absolutely nothing to do with politics. This article is not even about Trump or Biden. Why are you here? And it made me realize, I'm like, this is what they're doing, bro. They're scouring the internet, spreading propaganda, and they're even targeting the Democratic the Democratic voters by creating these, like, there's this thing I was watching, it was talking about how they're making like Black Lives Matter accounts and stuff, and they're swaying the followers into not voting at all. They're like, I'm gonna stand by my right and like not vote.
I heard the whole Black Lives Matter thing, like a big part of it is like a whole like marketing, there's like a whole marketing side to it.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what, all these companies out here, you know what I'm saying? I'm fully for it, and I definitely do think there's a lot of racial discrimination. I mean, in fact,
I personally think the more you talk about racial discrimination and talk about the problem, you're putting out like the fact that this problem exists, and like I feel like that ends up causing the problem more than, because like the less you talk about it, I feel like I could be completely wrong, but in my head I was like, the more I hear about something, the more I'm gonna be like, oh, it's like going into my subconscious, and like I'm like, oh yeah, like cops, all cops are shit, you know what I mean? And then the next time I see a cop, I'm gonna like give him attitude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I feel like if it was a world where like oh, all cops are good, or for example like New York City cops are like well respected or whatever, and like yeah, there's at the end of the day they're the same thing, but like there's a certain people, like amount of people that are like, they don't even have like realize, like kid, you can see that very obviously with like kids, for example.
Yeah.
Like in today's day and age, where like racism is not even a thing that exists in their head.
Yeah.
But like when people start talking about it, they're like, oh wait, this is like a thing, and they start like creating all these new like categories of like thought processes.
Yeah.
Of like racism.
The thing is though, if the problem didn't exist, then there would be nothing to talk about. That's my whole mentality.
That's the cycle, like the circle of it, right?
That's it. And the thing is, you can't deny that racism exists, yo. It's everywhere. Bro, it's in the music industry. It's in the film industry. It's in businesses.
It's Montreal as well, bro.
It's everywhere, yo. And the thing is,
you know how many times I've been pulled over for no fucking reason?
Bro, same. You know what I'm saying?
I've been pulled over. Like I got pulled over driving my SUV once, like my mom's SUV, and the cop comes up to me and he's like, oh,
it's not your car.
No, like they have to have a reason to pull you over, right?
Yeah, no.
And I'm like, why are you like pulling? I'm like, he's like, do you know why I pulled you over? I'm like, no, like, and you're like, he's like, double cash, and I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you were in the intersection when the light was yellow, and I was like, yeah, and there's like traffic, so I was like waiting for the cars to move so I could like get out of the intersection. There's cars in front of me, and he's like, well, I just need to see your license registration. He's like, oh, is this your vehicle? And I'm like, yeah, why? He's like, it's not a stolen vehicle, and I'm like,
yeah.
What?
Bro,
like,
literally the same thing happened to
I'm
me.
like, bro, what are you talking about? And then he's like, oh, like the person registered under this vehicle is like 50 years old. You don't look like a 50-year-old woman.
Yeah, same thing, bro.
It could be my fucking mom. Obviously, it's my mom.
Yeah.
And he's like, I just need to see register. So I go to reach for my license and registration. Fucking steps back, grabs his gun.
The fuck?
It was like, I've never seen a cop in Montreal get to this level of like...
Bro, they're all like that, man. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. They all have that power trip. I was bullied in high school and need that revenge mentality, bro.
For me, I don't care if it's a power trip. The sad part of it was the fact that...
This guy's getting paid to do this shit.
But he actually thought... I don't know if he actually thought I was going to pull out a fucking gun, bro. Like,
yeah.
Like, what are they teaching in in police tech?
Bro, I have friends that were in police tech and they've dead ass told me that their teachers are blatantly racist. Bro. Like dead ass, bro. He's like, yo, like every teacher in my program is racist. That's police tech, John Abbott. Yeah, John Abbott. You guys need to get on that, by the way. Anyway.
Yeah, Abbott, police tech, and also like I feel like just the level of like education in police tech is not like enough.
No, it's not, and especially in the States, bro.
Yeah.
It's so easy to become a police officer in the States.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
In the state, that's what I mean. Like in my head, I was like, okay, like I feel like we're better, but at the end of the day, we still have the underlying problems.
Yeah.
So like I finally give everything, and then as soon as everything is all good, all of a sudden he switches attitude and he's like trying to be bros with me. He's like, he like literally refers to me as a bro, and he's like, alright, bro, like have a good one. And I'm just like, alright, whatever, bro.
Yeah, bro, fucking pig. Yo, literally the same shit happened to me. I was driving home. I was driving my mom's whip. You know what I'm saying? And this fucking cop car's following me. It's like 2 a.m. You know what I'm saying? I was just driving some friends home and following my ass and shit. And I'm just like, oh my God. I'm like, watch, he's gonna pull me over. He's just following me every turn I'm making. I'm like, so I'm slowing down. I'm going like 20.
Are you driving more sketch now?
No, so now I'm driving more sketch, doing full stops and stuff. And I'm like, hey, oh, fuck this guy. So now I'm going like 20, bro. Literally driving 20. Yeah. Just because I like, and then, so he pulls me over. Oh, any reason why you were driving so slow? I'm like, because I knew you were going to pull me over. You've been following me for the last 5 minutes. Yeah. So, and they were just like, oh, okay, ask a question. Like, whose car is this? Where you? And then I'm just like, they're like, whose car is this? This is not your car. This is not, it's registered to a woman's name. Like, are you? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it's my mother. Like, I'm driving her car. Like, oh, are you permission? I'm like, yeah, I was given permission to drive it.
From your
like,
mother?
Yeah, and they're just like, oh, well, we're going to need our license registration. And I was like, okay, I gave them the license registration. I came back and I was like, hey, by the way, I was meeting that. They're like, okay, everything's good, just be safe. And then I was like, by the way, quick question. Was there any reason as to why you guys pulled me over? And they're like, well, no, it was just an inspection. I'm like, okay, well, if you're a police officer, you should be familiar with the law and you should know that it's not permitted to pull people over unless you have a valid reason. But I forgot. I'm like, you saw a black kid with dreads driving a nice car, so that obviously gives you a reason to pull me over, right?
Yeah, it's good. You actually voiced your opinion.
Yeah, and I knew because I had my 3 white friends in the fucking car with me, so I knew he wasn't gonna do shit.
Yeah.
And she was just there like, oh man, no, stupid. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take my license and I'm gonna go. You have a great day. And I just drove off, bro. And I was like, you fucking, you know what I'm saying, bro? And I caught her so off guard. She didn't even know what to say. She didn't even know what to say, bro.
Yeah, or sometimes they just deny it completely and like, nah, we're just doing our job, like fuck off. I've been pulled over like in Sunnybrook, where like the first thing he said was like, oh, we just have like, there's no reason. He's just like, oh, we're just doing random checks around here because we're allowed to. And I was like, bro, like when those situations, I just don't question it. I just like literally give them what they want to hear.
Yeah.
To a certain point where sometimes that actually pisses them off because they're just like trying to get something out of it.
Yeah, of course, bro, of course.
It's just fucking stupid. Like,
yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah. Well, like on a brighter note. First of all, I appreciate you coming because like you're my first guest.
Yeah, no stress, bro.
Fucking appreciate it, bro. And do you have any other like goals? Or short-term goals that you want to achieve?
Bro, I wanna short-term by Christmas. We're hella close to Christmas. I don't know when this is coming out, but we're about less than 9 days from Christmas. I want to hit 100 followers on Twitch. That'd be lit. And also, I'm just trying to continue doing what I love and hopefully make steady income from it at some point. You know what I'm saying?